What's up, guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mr. Moose, back with another edition of Transport Fever. Can you believe it? This is episode 34 on our US theme free play map. Yep, I kind of lost my train of thought there. But anyways, yeah, today we are going to be working on our freight line a little bit more. Now, yesterday when we left off, we had done a little bit of work with getting our first train of crude established, and so it has made its initial delivery, and that means we're getting our first load of crude oil delivered to this platform, which should be this particular truck right here. So now that he is going to make his delivery, that should get us a little bit over to our production facility here that should get up and running, because if we look at the details on it, it doesn't have any stored crude oil. Now it does. So now it can start the whole process, which means it's got to turn the crude into oil, the oil into fuel, and then it can take the fuel and put it out here onto the truck platform or truck station thing, a majigger, and we can actually start making some deliveries. So with that said, now that this facility is actually up and running, we can put some trucks onto this station so that we can handle moving things around. Now, you don't have to do this immediately, and we'll say this. There is a storage area here, and it can store up to a certain amount of goods on this particular area up until it says, okay, well, now I need to shut down because you're not moving anything anywhere. But we're going to go ahead and immediately ship anything that it gets done. So let's go ahead and buy ourselves some road vehicles. I've been contemplating whether to use the Peterbilts or the Freightliners recently, just because, you know, the Freightliners haul 3 more units and they go 62 miles an hour. And that's all well and dandy if you have a road that can go 62, but we really don't have that in town. Whereas the Peterbilt holds 19 and can only go 50 miles an hour. Well, we still don't even have a road in here that goes 50 miles an hour, so it really doesn't even matter on the speed on these guys. It's all about hauling the units. But it also, you get to the cost, $51,000 a year versus $71,000 a year. But at the end of the day, I've got $4.4 billion. I really just don't care. So we're going to buy 4 of these guys and we're going to set them on the line. But I did sit around and scratch my head on that for a little bit and actually pondered it like, well, if I was really crunched on money, what would I do? I'd mute my mic while I sneezed. That's what I would do. Dramatic pause there, right? No, I was sneezing, so that's what I was doing. But anyways, yeah, I did ponder that a little bit. I was like, well, I could save money by using the Peterbilts because the roadway over here doesn't really go that fast. And then I just decided, forget it. I'm just gonna go ahead and run the old Freightliners. So that's what we're doing, and because they're naturally red too, so that doesn't hurt. All right, so these guys are moving all the crude oil, and that is a beautiful thing. Now, the last thing that we did in our previous video was we set up our building materials facility here and this wonderful little station here so that we can start moving some stone into the area, and then we could also maybe move some food from here out of here as well. Now, the one thing I had discussed with you guys about doing was operating this plastics facility and maybe working on some of the stuff here. Though I got to looking at all the rest of the resources on the page, and yeah, that's not necessarily going to work out. What I have, though, instead decided to do is we will bring the stone over here, and we will still grab the grain and bring it back to a plastics facility, but instead of this one, we're going to use this one here. And the reason for that is I've got some shops here that work good, but I don't know why I was thinking you had to have plastic and steel to produce build whatever the good was, right? It does do that over on this particular machine factory. You use plastic and steel, but on this particular one and on all of these up here, you have to have wood plank. Well, the problem is the closest place I can get wood plank is here's wood. This is the closest place I've got wood, here and here. And so for me to get wood, I've got to come all the way down here. It didn't make sense. Like, I could make wood plank here, or I could make wood plank here. It didn't make sense for me to come make wood plank and then train it all the way back up here to get this facility online. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to build a line that goes from here to here and bring my wood plank up here, then truck it over to this facility, and we should be good to go. So that's the game plan anyways. I could use this place here, but I've got to get the freight line all the way into Houston and out of it before I can do that, and that's, you know, several episodes down the line. So the game plan today is to get a station put in here by our rock quarry, so that we can go ahead and get stone going out, and then we'll work on getting the food on the line and connect up to this plastics facility to get it doing some production as well. And then we'll work on probably in the next episode getting this all connected together so that we get some wood plank. And holy cow, there's a whole lot to be done. So let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put down ourselves a little station here. Now I have two options. One, we're keeping in mind I'm going to connect from here to here with a roadway and just truck the grain from here to here for the plastics facility to run. Likewise, I will probably just truck the plastic from here to here because that's a short little hop, right? So I don't see any need to really, you know, sweat that. That'll be a roadway. So I had two options for putting my train in. I can go with a terminal at 320 with one track and, you know, no catenaries on there, and I could bring that around and I can put it over here somewhere on this side of the thing, tied in, you know, right down in this area, yeah, and that would work. And then I could just bring, like, oh, it won't work there, it'll only work right there, right? So right in this area, like if I popped it down there, then that means I've got to take my track and I've got to roll all the way out through here, roll back around, tie into here, and then bring it all the way down through there. That's an option. But remember, I've got to have a road that goes from here to here to get my grain over there. And I'm thinking that's not really my best option. Option two is to come in here and go with a typical freight station and do a loop, a return loop. And so we could come in and I could set the station, like, say right here, right? I could set it in right here, connect up to the quarry, and then what would happen is the train would come in, go into the station, then do its return loop back onto the tracks and head back out to the building materials full of stone. And I think that's a better option for us. That way I can run the highway from here to here up on this high side of the quarry and connect everything together. So that's my game plan, looking at it. So let's go ahead and throw this station in here somewhere, right about here, right here in this corner, like that. Nailed it. And then we want to squirt a little bit of road over here so I can see where I'm going. Let's see, 62 miles an hour is what we want. Is that pretty? Oh, that's not gonna let me go in there. I'm gonna have a little bit of collision. How's that gonna go? Okay, can do that. Maybe pull that down a little bit more. Yep. Good. That's looking good. That's looking real good. All right, so let's get rid of that little squirt of road there. Let's come back to here. Let's get a little squirt of road here. Not that I need to do that, but I'm going to. I mean, I could use just regular road here and save myself $1 or $2, but I'm not going to sweat it. Why does that have to curve like that? Come on, just come straight across. Ugh. See, I'm wanting to get rid of this little bit of road. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Why does it have to curve so stupidly like that? All right, hang on, wait. Let's do this. Let's get rid of that little bit of road. Now, let's see if we can. Oh, see, there's straight road there. And there's straight road there. Ha ha! I beat you at your own game. Nice. Alright, so that goes there. Now, let's put in a trucking station. Trucking, not bus. And let's rotate this around a little bit. And if I put this right here, I get that. But more importantly, do I get the train station? That's what I'm looking at. Boom. Yes, I do. Ha ha. Boom. That goes there. That's for the grain. Nice. It worked. And then I need to connect that road to that. Now let's not give them a big major road here because, again, we don't want cars traveling on this road. We just want us traveling on this road. Let the cars have slow road. Let me have fast road. All right, so what I need to do then is I need to pull into here as much speed as I can, even though this is a real slow stretch of rail here, because by the time a train goes through the station and goes through all of these intersections, it's slowed down to 29 miles an hour. So it doesn't hit the gas pedal until it comes out of here and starts to accelerate. But somewhere right in here, we want to go ahead and branch it off of this line at as fast of a speed as we can, keeping it at that maximum speed with no catenary on there. I saw you trying to sneak them in, game. Haha, I beat you. I beat you at your own game. Ha ha ha. Winner. And then I can just spin this around here and get it all the way up to there, like so. Yep, that'll work for me. Even though we're carving out the world again. Enter the smoothing tool. Now, I did go in and I did a lot of smoothing earlier. I didn't do nearly enough, though. So let's do some more smoothing. Trying to get rid of some of these huge hills and, you know, knolls, voids, whatever you want to call them, that we're in here. Trying to make things look a little bit better. Auto save, hands off. Don't touch the keyboard, don't touch the mouse, don't do anything, or we'll end up somewhere across the map that we didn't want to be. Yeah, my game performance is getting really bad. Just because I've got so many little things going on. All right, how's that look? Does that look pretty good? Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. You'll be proud of me though. I did, in the off time, take a little bit of time to use the tree machine gun to put in a few trees to try and make some stuff look a little bit better and not look so horrible. And I am using, like I said, I am taking a little bit more time now to smooth some things out and make them look a little bit better. You know, as I said early on, I didn't do this gameplay as much about making things look cool and nice as much as I wanted to do things and just do it, you know, beat the game, learn, make mistakes, learn from my mistakes, do all that stuff. Well, I heard something just upgrade somewhere. All right. Well, yeah, that works. Yeah, so I used a little bit of the tree gun, but clearly not enough. All right. Let's wrap this around now. So in the spirit of make your turn as soon as you come out of the station, because that's the easiest time to lose a whole lot of speed, we'll just make as sharp of a turn as we can here. Because I mean, we're not going to gain much speed doing this. So we'll just make a crazy old turn right there, bring her over to the line, run up, gain a little bit of speed here, and then just after that signal, maybe right about here, we'll run up just a little bit, and then we'll, you know, jerk over here, and we'll run that out as far as we can so we can maintain as much speed as possible into there. That works. And then we'll delete this signal, and we'll delete that signal because we have to reposition them. All right, because we need to stop this train in case train is coming. We need to stop train coming in case this train's already moving, and we need to stop this train in case this train's already moving across the track. So Those signals there got moved. These here probably ought to get moved a little bit. So if we look at them, maybe we put one signal there and one signal there just to, no, not there. There. Not there. There. All right, so we can delete that one and delete that one, and we're all signaled up and we're good to go. Nice. Warning, road vehicle 91 has reached its maximum lifespan. Thanks. This is what I don't want to focus on during this episode. I don't want to focus on replacing vehicles. What I would really like to focus on is the task at hand, computer. So how about leaving me alone? Oh, road vehicle 91. Yeehaw, dealing with all that stuff. All right, so another little vehicle need to be replaced. All right, so that is good. That part is working. Jeez, that's good. That's good stuff. So then we just need to make this road go down here a little bit more. Oops, that's not the road we want to use. I want to use this road. There we go. And we want to bring it down right to the edge of said plastics facility, right about right there. There we go. Because we're going to continue right past this plastics facility. Boom. As we head down to that facility there eventually. So we can fix all that. All right, so let's go ahead and boom, get rid of all that. Get rid of that because we don't need it right now. And we'll squirt a little bit of road from here up to here. Yep, that works. And then we connect all that back together so that some citizens of somewhere don't scream at me about, we can't get to where we work. And then we go ahead and we put another truck station in right about here. So do we want it up here so, or do we want it down here so? Actually, we want it up here some. So let's come here as far up as we can come up. Well, let's come with this. We'll put two stations in, right? So we'll put one for incoming stuff. Again, I've decided it's best to have a whole lot of truck stations than it is to have one and try to do a whole bunch of stuff out of it. So right about there is where we'll put that facility. And that's gonna, dimple the world a little bit there. But yeah, well, so we'll have this one here, and this will be our incoming goods. And then our outgoing goods we'll have a little bit further on out. Once we actually start shipping those out. There we go. Move that up a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, we'll truck that from there to there. And then we can put our other trucking facility probably somewhere over in here, which will shorten the distance to this facility here. Makes sense to me. All right. With that said, making sense, it's time to make a line and make a train. So, well, I guess we could go ahead and do this up here and get the farm connected in as well. And maybe we can get a little bit of production going there as well. Let's go ahead and look at it. So up here, we want to get the farm going. I mean, I could be going hauling stone right now, but hey, come on now. Let's get this going. Massage tool here, clean this up a little bit. I think we're just going to go right up through here and find a place right up in here where we can connect in, and we'll put our truck station there to haul that. So we need our big little 62 road again. There we go. And we should be able to come right out of the farm and work our way up through here. Seriously, a train that I got to deal with? No, I'm not dealing with that right now. I already know that's a nightmare looking at that. San Jose, Thousand Oaks, lower. I don't want to deal with this. I want to work on the job at hand. I want to focus. Are all three of these? Who cares? Just replace them. Yes, replace. There. Yeah, I don't have to deal with it. I'm getting to the point where I want to focus on the game and not, you know, all that junk. All right, so a little bit of stretch of blacktop. Yeah, I know. It's kind of ridiculous to be giving myself a 6-lane or a, what is that? 4-lane? Oh, it's only 4 lanes. Well, 4 lanes not so bad. But it is, you know, we're doing this strictly for the farm. It is kind of ridiculous to be spending that kind of money on a stretch of road that's going to a farm versus you know, spending that kind of money on a public highway. But hey, it's commerce. Let's put that right there and then connect it to there. That works. I know I don't have to do all that, but hey, it's fun. All right, so squirt a little connection road into there. Boom. And then bring that same connection road out to there as that. Boom. All that is taken care of. Then we can put in a truck depot here that handles all of our needs. It's got to go up here though, because it has to connect up to the train station. So yeah, that goes right there. And then we'll put another one down here by the farm. It grabs the farm, and that's about terrain alignment collision. Right about there we go. All right, so there's that. And then we got to put, of course, a way to get some trucks onto this. All right, so we got to have a, yep, we got to have one of these. There we go. All right, line manager times 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so this first one, we're in Torrance. So this is going to be Torrance farm to train, I think is what we'll call this, right? So back. TOR for Torrance. We're going down the road and we're going farm. All right, let's see, grain to train. Grain to train. Well, that's sort of got a little, it just kind of rolls off your tongue. Kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Grain to train. Even I can say that and make it sound decent. All right, so that's done. Boom. And let's add a truck or two onto that. Don't. And let's just go ahead and get those rolling. So that's Torrance, right? TOR, grain to train. Boom. That is working. All right. So that will start getting grain up to the train. Ha. How that goes? All right. So this line is going to be KC. This is going to be freight train to Torrance. TOR. And this is going to be, what's this going to be? Stone and grain. Or stone and grain train. All right. And that is going to go at a station. Let's start up here with it. And it's going to go from this station down here. Going to go through this waypoint here. Boom. Into there. And that should be all that we have to really set. Everything else should be automatically figured up. Goes through. Yep, that is good. That's good stuff there. And then the last line that we need is going to be Kansas City grain to autosave. Oh, I touched it. Oh, that's, could have been worse. I could have ended up, past Omaha. All right, so this last one is just going to be from here to here. And this is going to be Kansas City, grain to plastic or something like that. Back. Kansas City. And this will be grain to plastic. There we go. All right, so all those little routes are in place. Do I dare put another depot over there in order to get my trucks over there? Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it's like, I really don't like putting all these depots on the map and having 8 million truck depots around, but I don't know. I sort of look at them more as like service centers than anything. But it's like I could do one centralized location and take everything out of there, but holy cow, it takes forever to get them from one place to another, So I'm only going to put one truck on here for now. It's just to establish this line. It's nothing else. All right, so KC is where we're at. And this is the plastics one, right? KC, grain to plastics. There we go. So that can establish that. And now we get to buy a choo-choo. Because that's what we really want, is the choo-choo train. All right. Bang, bang, choo-choo train. Let me see you do that thing. Let's go with purple this time. Do a little bit of color on it. Showing my age with that musical reference. If you've heard that song, I'm impressed. All right, so gondolas only on this train. We don't need anything but gondolas on here. Because again, all we're going to be hauling is stone and grain. Come on. Give me more. I should be able to get up to about 310. 310. Yep, 327 is too much. 310. All right. So that is our train that we're going to be using. And we're going to set that on the line. And that's going to go KC, stone and grain. Booyah. And out she comes, out to shoot. And I think we should take a train ride. Because we don't ride enough train in this game. As I've said before. And you guys have been, you guys like it when I ride the train. So that's what we will do now. Is we'll take a little ride. We'll run up to the stone quarry. With any kind of luck, maybe there'll be a box or two of stone up there. And we can pick that up and then we'll head all the way out. And with any kind of luck, when we get to the manufacturing facility, there might be a little bit of grain to bring back. Who knows? But we do have to make this run. Just go ahead and start establishing the route and get things rolling. Too shabby. All right. So what is ahead for us here on Transport Fever? Like I said, I'm still toying with the idea of ditching this map. And it has nothing to do with the map itself. I'm enjoying the map. And it is getting a bit challenging to get some stuff done. But I'm having fun with it. But I've learned a lot. There's a lot of things I'd like to do different moving forward. That would be cool with another map. But also the performance issue. The performance is definitely suffering a little bit on this particular map. And to be honest with you, I've recorded a couple of videos recently where right like 40 minutes into the video, the game itself just shuts completely down with no word of warning or anything. It just poof, it's gone. And that's quite frustrating, and it's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing as much Transport Fever, is because it just really gets frustrating for me when that happens. Especially, you sit down, you get everything set up, you do 41, 50 minutes of recording, and poof, it's gone. Then you got to start all over again, and you have to question. You know, you have to really question: is it going to do it to me again? Am I just wasting my time? And then there becomes that whole thing of, what did I say in the last episode? Or did I say that in the previous episode? Or have I said this a million times? And you know, it's just one of those things. But all right, so this guy comes back around. He should be able to build up a little bit of speed right here, and then merge right on into the train track. Got a green light. Get on the gas. There we go. So yeah, I don't know. And the other thing is, there's been a lot of new stuff come out for Transport Fever that I can't utilize because, again, I'm playing a save game that that I started way back when, and I can't add some of the stuff in to this particular save game just because of the way that the whole system works. So, and there's the whole new curve stations. I wouldn't mind implementing those in. I've subscribed to them, but they don't show up in my menu. So I'm thinking, again, that has to do because I'm on an old save game that is, I mean, it's old. I mean, this is from the first week of the game being announced. So there were some changes and some optimizations that came out maybe 2 months ago that I haven't even been able to utilize because I've stayed on this save game. And I don't know, I'm just thinking it might be time to get off of this map and start over again. Maybe do a European map that's much more plush. I will tell you this thing, though. Another thing I'm thinking about is when I start a new save game, I'm thinking about taking the tree machine gun right from the beginning and covering the entire map with trees. And that way there's foliage on the map and I can go from there, because this is just boring. I can't stand this particular map, and I've probably said this a million times. They should have done 2 versions of the US map. There should have been one that was on the West Coast and one that was on the East Coast. I'd have played the East Coast because the West Coast sucks. It's just, this whole desert motif thing does not work for me. I feel like this is like Transport Fever meets, you know, American Truck Sim when we're stuck in the desert the whole time. But yeah, the next map will definitely be a European map, so don't laugh at me when I can't pronounce any of the names. But yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. Because I would like to have a little greenery. But I still think I want to continue on with this map some. Like I said, the next step after we get this leg established is to work on getting the wood planks. So we'll make a connection to the wood planks. We'll get that done. And we'll get those running. And then we can get a factory up and running. Then I got to figure out how I'm going to get the goods from the factory onto the freight line for distribution. So that's going to be an interesting challenge. And then we have to expand further on down south. We have to tie Albuquerque into Houston and get a whole bunch of stuff going down that way. So there's so much more to do with this particular map, but how much longer I'll run it. See, I need to smooth all this out and make this all look more natural and not all built up like it is and carved up. Back down to 28. Yeah, this is the only problem with doing this freight loop like this, is every time there's an interchange or intersection, you slow down for the intersection and you can't speed back up until the rear of the train passes that intersection, which isn't always really good. But then again, it is a freight line and it's not a passenger line. A passenger line, it's more important to have your people going from point A to point B as fast as possible, because you get paid not only by the distance, but you also get paid by the speed in which you get them there. So that's important on the passengers. Freight, I'm not so sure it's as important as keeping up your frequency of delivery so that your plant stays up and operational. But I do believe you get paid also by the distance. But distance, again, keep in mind, is from point A to point B as the crow flies in a straight line, not how long the track is. If that were the case, you could just spin it all over the place. Oh, there's a little graphic glitch. The side rails from the outside track hooked into the inside track. You would think that would have gotten rid of, but oh well. That didn't look real good. That would cause a little bit of a derailment in real life. Oh, there's pretty cool scenery. Looking out over the lake there. You can see Irving up in the distance there. I think that's Irving. Either Irving or San Jose. Could be San Jose. The rock clip is there. Alright, so we're almost up to the facility. Now will be the real question is, when we get here, we've got a little stone on the train, but are we going to give a little bit of grain to haul back? That's going to be the question of the dower. See, that's where my brain said question of the day, but my mind, you know, the other part of me said hour, and so you get dower, the best of both worlds, day and hour. Oh, I see stuff on the line up here. Woohoo! We get paid both ways. Train 5 should reach its lifetime. It should be replaced. What train is that? Stone and brick line. Well, alright, fine. Replace it too. See, I'm just not even going to argue with you because I want to do other things. And I missed how much money I made off of that train. Thank you very much. Ah, gosh. Finance. Details. We made very, very little. Just a smidgen, just a curmudgeon. What did we make? Oh, we lost 34, 300. Well, we made 121K. Haha. Here's, we got $4.8 billion. I mean, I'm not really going to sweat it. And that, you know, and that's the thing. I'm not really worried about comparing how much money I made versus somebody else made. I just want to make money. I just want to be able to, you know, beat the game and get some achievements and say, haha, I didn't go bankrupt, which I didn't. So, you know, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter whether I have $7 billion or $4 billion, but you have 4.8. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of people in this town that need some mode of transportation. Wow, they're in need of a lot of commuter service here. Let's see, 40, 10 and 16, 25, and yeah, passengers. Commuter 2, commuter 1, commuter 1 and 2, commuter 2. Commuter 2 really needs more than commuter 1 does. Where's my shed at here? It would be in the industrial district somewhere. It would be right. To buy some trains. Buy some red trains. Buy 2. Put that on 1. This is Torrance commuter 1. Buy 1, 2, 3. Put that on commuter. I really didn't even think about that. I just overdid it, you know. I'm like, I just want to move people because more people going to the trains are more people making money for me. How's this train doing? 200 and it's loading right now. I really don't think I can put a third train on this line. I really just don't see how I can do it because the distance isn't long enough to really just have the time to get a third train in here. You'd be almost running into each other. And as I say that, I could do it. It left 114 people behind. I could get away with it. The spacing on these is actually perfect right now. How many people did I leave? 50? It doesn't make any sense to put any more on there. All right. Ooh, look at all that oil that is piling up there. Definitely going to need to add some more trucks in there. So let's add some road vehicles. This is going to be the problem here, is getting enough road vehicles in there that without them all just being on top of one another. Kansas City is what I'm looking for, right? Kansas City crude transport. There we go. And then, do we have any fuel here? No, we have no fuel there. Don't tell me it's putting all the fuel up here. Where's the fuel going? Where's the fuel going? He's got no fuel on him. What's going on here? Are we producing? Are we making money? Are we doing 28? Where's the fuel at? What's that old lady? Where's the fuel? Tried to deliver more crude oil. I'm working on it, bud. I really am. Where's the fuel? Ah, there's the fuel. There it is. See, I just have to be on top of it and just demand fuel, and I get fuel. Aha. That guy's gonna come in. Why does that guy have 21 crude oil? What in the world? Where did he pick crude oil? Oh. So the train's putting crude oil over here as well? Now, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, game. You know, that's the one thing about this game, is you can't always decide where things are going to go. I really wish you could do a little bit better as your routing plans, as far as saying, okay, look, everything's going to come in here and all the crude oil is going to go over to this facility and be transferred down to here, and all of the fuel is going to go to this facility, and let you have a little bit more say in the allocation of where items go, instead of doing silly stuff like putting it over here, which I didn't even think this facility would touch that facility, but it does. So, that's a whole nother world that I can visit down the road. But case in point is this little debacle that I have over here. And I really haven't brought this to you guys' attention, but I know what's going on. It's driving me nuts in the back of my head, because we had such a beautiful thing going over here in Dayton. We had fuel filling up 3 trains, and those 3 trains were coming down here to the port, and they were filling up all these boats down here in the port, and everything was hunky-dory, and everybody was filling up with fuel, and everything was beautiful. And where did all these guys get fuel from suddenly? Because they're all moving. What is going on here? It's like amazing. These guys all have fuel for some reason. Did something change? Did you decide to actually ship fuel down here? Because here's what I was going to tell you. It got really, really, really stupid here, and it probably is still pretty stupid here. Let's look. No, they're still doing stupid stuff. So I had everything beautiful, right? I had everything great. 3 trains were filling up. They were bringing fuel down here. All these ships were constantly moving, and we were like getting the timing down perfect to where we had just the right number of ships to where there was always a ship pulling in and one was always pulling out, and everything was beautiful. It was great. It was super duper duper. And then I had 2 trains over here doing bulk fuel runs, and they were constantly moving fuel up and down through here, and it was just amazing. And this train was always running. It was always making money, and it was a great, beautiful thing, right? Well, then I got a little cocky, and I decided, well, I'll add in another train to go up here into Norwich and Antioch. And when I did, the AI goes, I'm not going to ship anything down to the dock anymore. I'm going to ship everything north. So I had to add 2 trains on here to keep up with everything going north. Meanwhile, nothing started going to the south. And because nothing was going to the south, then these guys were all sitting here docked up, and nobody was doing anything, and none of these trains were moving, and they started losing money. So the whole system over here broke, because I added a train going north. So, which I've said this all from one little mistake can break the bank. And I've said that, which it doesn't hurt me now that I'm making buku money. But if I had done that early on while I was really up against the glass, I would have been hurting, because this would have caused me to go bankrupt. And that's, again, you can never anticipate what the AI is going to do. Look, it's sending tons of fuel out north and not so much down south. And so I'm just, this area down here, which used to make a boatload of money, this whole thing was profitable from here to here to here. Not so much up in this area, the distribution, but all of this was just making buku money, and now it's every bit of it's in the red. And it's just the way it goes with this game. So you can't really allocate resources exactly the way you want to do it, and that can cause problems for you. So just thought I'd give you the heads up on that one, because it's not really something I have discussed, but yeah, it's happening in the background. And again, because we have plenty going on, it really doesn't matter that much. All right, so we got our grain sitting over here, and that is being delivered by this guy down to this facility, and that is that. So in our next feat of magic, what we have to do is we have to set up some sort of shipping area here and some sort of shipping area here, so that we can get the wood from there to there. I had toyed with the idea of pulling some of these boats off of this line and actually running that up through there, but it's just not it's not efficient. It takes so long to get the ships from point A to point B versus a train, which just motors on down there, and then you get this whole congestion thing where one sits and waits for one to fill up, and it just yeah, it's not a beautiful thing. 19 food sitting on there. How fast is that filling up? Not very fast at all, but it's better. There was, like, all of my ships were sitting. I don't know what happened that I suddenly got all of these full of fuel, but there was a point where they were just all sitting there and not doing a thing. Yeah, it's working now. So anyways, what I'm thinking here is coming in here, putting in a train station right around in here somewhere. Well, actually, it's got to go right in here somewhere and tie into that. So let's go ahead and just kind of look at this a little bit. So I'm thinking if I put a little station right here-ish, this will be my incoming wood. And then I have to make it 2 because I need to have 2 lines on this. I need to have one for the wood coming in, and then I have to have one for the wood plank going out. Though I could truck the wood plank right over to this facility here. And what I'm actually toying with the idea, and I don't know, like, I don't know how great things are going to go with this whole manufacturing thing and trucking the plastic down here. That seems like a no-brainer. That seems pretty good. But what I don't really know about is I thought about even making a road come this way and trucking plastic over here, though I'm concerned that might be too much of a distance. So what I was thinking is if I double up my tracks here in my station, I could bring my logs all the way from here over to here, and then I would have a route to take the plastic or take the planks back over to here. But I might even be able to have a train run or a ship. Ooh, I might could take a ship from here to here with plastic. That might work. Ooh, shipping. That might work. And then I'd have these goods here that we could truck up to Kansas City for delivery up there. And that might work. We could make this into a high-speed highway, and then bring materials into this town. Because this is commerce. Yeah, this is different than fuel and building materials is for industry. This is actually for goods factories are actually for your business district or for your commerce district. So I definitely want to get those up. It's the same as food, building, let me stop here so I can talk. Food, tools, food and tools and goods. Those are considered for business, whereas machinery, fuel, building materials, that's all for industry. So anyways, that's probably what we will address in the next episode. So next episode, we'll get the wood flowing and we'll get that going. We'll get this machinery going here, this facility here going. Which, looking at things too, is where am I going to get this stuff onto this line so it can be distributed? That's going to be a trick. Which I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I thought about actually making this station a double station and going there, but no, that probably isn't going to be the answer. It's probably going to be having some sort of spur line that catches like right up in here somewhere and comes down like so. It comes up, hits there and goes up. I wouldn't mind getting this steel mill up and running as well, which is one of the reasons I want to push this line on into Houston and start going this direction, because the closest place that I can get ore is right here. So I have to get iron ore from way down here. If I'm going to get the iron ore, the closest steel factory for me to make steel with is this one right here. So then if I get steel making, I could have some sort of south line run down, running steel down here to this factory, which would start running machinery. So we could build machinery to go ahead and get it going. So there's so many little things that I've been looking at, different options, different things that we can do. So yeah, there's a lot that can be done and a lot that needs to move forward to make things. Because with this facility right here, there's coal right here that we can grab. So we don't have to really worry about getting coal into this facility. That's a short little hop, though there is coal right here as well. So even if I had a train coming up, it could have a gondola full of, I would want it to be completely full. So I'm not even gonna think about hitting that place, but it is there. It is an option. There's also coal right there as well. I mean, I got plenty of coal, but it's just, I don't know, the layout of where certain things are is horrible on this map. Like I said, the closest place for me to get wood is here, and then everything else is way down south. Well, all right, that's going to do it for today. That'll just give you a little overview of what I'm thinking, where I'm thinking we're headed, what we're doing. But yeah, we're just about to bust the old 5 million mark, or 5 billion mark, excuse me. We're making 142 million, 120 million, 118 million. And we're doing all right. I know other people make more than that, but I'm happy with the way I do things. I get, like I said, I get lots of comments saying you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you could do this, you could do that. I'm trying to keep it somewhat, I don't know, somewhat more attuned to what I'm accustomed to seeing in real life, and not outrageously, 8 lines all going the same parallel down the entire length of the map and all that other stuff, and stuff that just doesn't seem legit, and again, like I've said before, I know there's things where you can use the passenger service for delivery, you use the bus stop for delivery, but it just doesn't, I don't know, just doesn't fetch up in my brain. So I do things my way, you do things your way. I'm not going to get offended if you do things different than the way I do things. Oh, by the way, the person who said I didn't put a truck stop in, I did put it in. I just didn't activate it. I didn't activate it until I actually had this facility running. So, but anyways, all right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope I didn't confuse you too much with all of the, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna blah 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 blah. Hopefully it all made sense. It wasn't too particularly wild and crazy. Oh, up here was where I was talking about smoothing all this out. Things just pop into my head, and I just kind of like, oh well, you know, I'll go in here and smooth this out some. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, please smash that like button. It helps me out tremendously. And go ahead and share it with your friends. Let them know about the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I try to do videos each and every day. We didn't do a live stream last night because there was a huge storm came through my area. Tore up a lot of the communities around me. New Orleans got hit really hard. And we had storms for probably 7 hours. Bad storms. I thought I was in a war zone at one point. My house was shaking. A tree in the backyard exploded from a lightning hit. I really at one point thought we were in a war zone. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, no live stream last night because I didn't even want to turn my computer on, let alone try to do anything else, because the power kept going in and out, and it was, I mean, it was a night to remember. So but anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll try to, like I said, we'll try to get some live streams going again, maybe tonight. So we'll see, as long as Mother Nature cooperates. But again, thanks, guys. I do appreciate your support. Hope you enjoy the channel, and I'll keep doing it as long as you guys keep coming back for more. So until the next time, stay safe. God bless you and your family, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.